away!
Too late, fool! You will not escape! Us? What in the name of... Gary?
I'm sorry, okay? I hadn't prepped this part of the dungeon yet. I haven't had the time.
But you don't suffer from this, do you? For more than 2 years, you've helped us to enhance our tools, grow our map libraries, and given us a warm welcome in the community of map makers and game masters. We are honored to be part of this community, and all we can say is thank you.
Bring it on.
Welcome everyone, it's Thursday night here in Vienna, which means it's another welcome to the Mapness for me. My name is Till and I am one of the founders of DungeonFog, and as such I'm usually using my Thursday nights to prep maps for the next office game. Today we're going to do a little bit different map making than usual, which means that we are building a map for a shop run by a map maker. And I think that is quite interesting. I'm going to tell you in details why we are going to do this in a minute. I will heavily rely on your input and your ideas because I have a rough idea of what a map maker's shop would look like. But I'm pretty sure that together we can come up with a great layout and great design. I will already say it's not going to be the longest map making stream of history. Thank you for the follow. Because it's incredibly hot here in my studio and I'm already melting. So I would say we will aim at an hour, probably an hour and a half, where we will do our best to create that shop. And then I will take a cold shower. So let's see who's here. Oh, there you go. Myri from Orkenspalter TV has rated us. Thank you very much. Hi everyone from Orkenspalter. Yes, it's weird. Now I'm speaking in English. It's very weird for me too. But I think I'm getting used to it. And greetings to all the rest of you, crazy fogs. Happy to have you here. So why are we building a map maker's shop? The story behind that is, if you know who Ginny D is, if you are following Ginny D on YouTube, if you're not following her, I would highly recommend it. Not only has she great advice for game masters, she also has a lovely series of enacting the dice that are in her dice bag and what the dice would say to each other. She's an amazing cosplayer, and she's such a joyful and positive person that I often find myself just sitting there watching her videos on my phone and completely losing time. So last year we reached out to Ginny and we said, hey, we would love to do an integration with you. Would you like to become like a sponsored advertising for DungeonFog? And she agreed, and she did a very funny bit about Francis Summerpike, a gnomish map maker with a carpal tunnel syndrome. And Francis was created to create a personal note on the ad that she did for us, and it was amazing, and we loved Francis. So we reached out to her this year and we said, oh, could you please do another Francis ad? And she said, yes, she would love to. And a couple of weeks ago, she did another ad, and poor Francis did not get away very good in the ad. It was a lovely ad. I'm going to post the videos later, the links to the videos, because unfortunately, I haven't saved them. Let me quickly see if I can dig them up for you. Like, I didn't prep them. I have saved them, but I didn't prep them for today. So let me see if I can find them. There you go. yes. So this was the initial ad that she did, and then there is the second video. And of course, because we were excited to see how her viewers reacted, we read the comments and we saw that a lot of people felt bad for Francis, and we felt bad for Francis. So I reached out to Ginny and I said, hey, we want to do something for Francis. And we sat down, and together with Ginny and Tony and our team, we have created we've created a little backstory for Francis. Tony did artwork for her, and we've written. This is going to be available tomorrow, I guess. So you will get that, and you will find the link on the DungeonFog website, and I'm pretty sure that Ginny will share the link with you as well. So this is going to be available by tomorrow. And then you can read all the details, because I know we're on stream. It's impossible to read all of that. But basically, it's a 3-page PDF that gives you a little bit of backstory about Francis, how you could play Francis if you want to make Francis one of the NPCs in your games, and of course some stat blocks so that your NPC is also fleshed out. She is an artificer, and as such has some nice unique talents that she might bring to the party if you can confess her to follow the party, because Francis is a bit of a coward. So this is what we already have, and I promised Ginny that because DungeonFog is a map making software, that we will also do a map for Francis. Now initially we did a map of her old home, where she lived before she became a map maker. But then through plotting the background story, we realized that it would be much more fun to have a map of her shop, her map maker's shop, called Summerpike's Quill and Compass. Have a little shop that you can take and place in your games. So it's a place that we are going to create together. Yes, you did, Larsus. She is a bit of a coward. So we're going to place that map. So you can place that map in wherever you like, because it's going to be a map of the shop itself. And there you can place Francis in there, and yeah, and we will see where this is going today. So this is my goal. This is what I want to do. I want to create a shop that is run by someone who is creating maps, and as an artificer is also infusing those maps with spells or magic. So you might like things that might be helpful with having a map, like for example a little written, like drawn compass rose that always points to north, or a map that glows in the dark, so, or the line art is glowing in the dark, so you can even use it at night, things like that. So I'm pretty sure we can come up with a lot of nice stuff that an artificer map maker could create. Okay. But first off, my goal for tonight is to create her shop, and I believe that this is the place where she sells her maps, where she meets her clients. So she needs to have places for meetings, big desks to scribble and to take notes and to display extraordinary maps. And she also, like probably in an upper floor, she's living there. So she has her private areas there as well. Right. Okay. So, giving you some details about Francis that might be interesting for our map making. She is not someone who would leave her shop to go exploring and map making and adventuring. She is let's say, a little bit bruised from her backstory. So she's afraid of going outside, which means that we need to think about how this could reflect in the way that she's decorating or using the shop. She's also, because she can't go outside and she's not really, let's say, not proud, but it's kind of a little of a secret for her, is because she can't find the courage to visit places. She's collecting snow globes of those places, and she has a little collection of snow globes. So we're going to see if we can utilize that in our map making. She has a little swallow, a mechanical swallow, that is called Atlas, that she uses for scouting and like surveillance of areas that she need to investigate to really draw a map of that area. But she wouldn't leave her shop to do that. She would send Atlas there, and through his eyes she would be able to take in the topography of that area. So that's the general idea. Which means that we need to, nope, not here, we need to create a new map. And that is Summerpike's, no, quill and compass. And I think it's going to be, let's go with a medium map, 25 by 20. No, because we want to print that, we should go for an A4 format. We go A4 landscape single page with, but we don't need yeah, we probably should stick with this grid size, because we want it to be printable. Okay, so let's open that one. All right. However, the grid is not going to help us in that resolution. So we are going to reduce this. Now I think we're going to increase the map size. That will make more sense, because we still want to print it. So double it up, keep the ratio, triple it up, probably. Maybe let's triple it up. So width is 30, height is 21. Apply. There you go. And let's zoom out a little bit, 100%. Sorry, I wanted to zoom out. Yep, I think that is quite enough space for us. And we are going, so a few things that we want to take care of is, first of all, I think we're going to set the background color to just straight black. And we're going to make our grid a lot less visible. The reason I'm going for black right now is because I'm not really paying attention to the outside of the shop. I might then later change the color to something else, just for the sake of having probably a transparent image that we're going to use as a PNG or whatsoever. I don't know yet, but starting with a black floor is perfectly fine, and we're going to use that. Right. I'm going to scale to fit now, because let's set up the general rooms and floors. There is a question here. at last week's stream, when you were showing off the Cosmic Horror Pack, you had a category in props called Achievement Rewards. How does one get those? Well, as the name says, part of those were part of achievements that we ran in the first 2 years. Part is set, at least the Kraken is part of the annual subscription set. But I know what you're going to say, and we're aware of that. What if I didn't partake in those achievements back then? They are already on our list for being part of the marketplace as well. So we are going to release them to you as part of the marketplace. This relates to something that is strange in TTRPG D&D map dimensions. Kyle says, rooms are huge. My office would be 2 by 2 squares on a standard grid, but it's 10 by 10 feet. Yes, of course. So the main reason you want to have space is because usually you're creating a battle map, which means battle should take place there. And if you're not interested in creating a battle map for your players, then it's most likely going to be something like a treasure map or a general location map, something like that. So in general, rooms are a lot bigger than they would be, especially if you think of a medieval setting. I don't think that a small map maker could afford a shop that is in the size of, I don't know, probably 15 by 15 grids, which would reflect to it's hot here, so my math is failing, but that would be 50 feet, 60 feet by 60 feet, which is incredibly big for an office in a medieval setting. Right, okay, so I forgot, I wanted to create, no, I don't need that from my uploads, content subscription. Let's go, it's going to be stone, worked stone, and I think I'm going for something quite regular. We can always change later. The gouted stone bricks are fine for, no, sorry. I wanted to go for the, where are they now? Oh, wait, what? There. For the floor, I think I go for a wooden floor. Scratched wood, I think that one looks great. Okay, scaling 200%. I'm not sure. Well, let's leave it like that for now. What are you 200% as well? Okay. So you've already started to think about how it would work. If it would be a regular shop, there might be something like a bar that you go up to, where and in the back you might see all the goods that are in the shop, and you would point at something and say, I want this, and can you give me a little bit of that? However, I picture a map maker's shop more like the office of an architect. So it might be that there is a big meeting desk in the center, and then there are several display areas where you can look at maps that have been created. And there might be something like, you come in, probably there are a lot of scrolls, like pre-made maps, that like a poster shop. A counter, thank you, sorry. Just generally speaking, I would say that it is, I don't know why, what are you thinking? I thought that a map maker's shop might be a subterranean thing. So you go downstairs and you enter the shop. It might be, I don't know. We can discuss, we can decide whether or not you earn enough money as a map maker or as a map maker and artificer that you can have a neat shop, or if it's more an atelier thing where you go downstairs and there you have the stuff. So I would have said that there is, let's start with that. I would have said that there is a stair leading downward. So this is a wooden stair. Maybe let me just before I do stuff. It's going to be a wooden stair, but it's going to be a stone alleyway. So the floor is going to be stone, worked stone, and it's going to be. What about you? Not sure about that one. Dark cobblestone. That's great. This is what it's going to be. And we have stairs. And I think I might be able to say wooden stairs. Yes. Yep, that's nice, but you should not be above walls, so let's make it like that. Okay, and that one was merely a placeholder for me, because I think, honestly, it should be a little bigger. And again, this goes for the sake of having enough space to decorate, and to give it the right feel of a map maker's shop, and less realism, because I think that might be a lot of space. But I would like to have it go around the corner. So this is going to be fantasy doors, wooden door. So this is going to be the, let's say here. Here is going to be the entrance. And sorry, I'm just thinking that if I want to have a little light from those subterranean windows, I would say that the door is actually a little bit more here. And the stairs are going down here, because they wouldn't start exactly at the street. So there's going, I'm pretending that there is a street here and a little alleyway here. So I'm pretending that people would walk here on the street, they go down, they might see the sign that says Summerpike's Quill and Compass, and then they could turn down, go downstairs, enter here. So we have glass windows. What about you? Oh my god. No. Oh no. General windows. Let's just go for the regular single window. Exactly. So let's say we're having one here, one here, and one here. And there might be one here as well. Okay. Next up. That's true. The Incubus says a low elevation, especially in a city area where it's damp, would be terrible for parchment. Yes, I agree. I'm wondering if it is such a good argument that we need to change plans and say that this is more like, I do like it. I do like your argument, you are right. And it means that this is actually wood. Which means that we're making it a little bit more like an artist atelier. So you're going upstairs in the first, so whatever is below doesn't belong to Summerpike's quill and compass. You have to go upstairs in the first floor. Um, and there you go. Now we have, why not have her shop on top of her living space, which is street level, and the stairs go up to it all. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I want to do. And we could say that, I'm not sure if she can own 2 stories, but I would say for the sake of it, let's go for it, because that allows us to create that allows us to create a nice layout for both, for her shop and her living area. And we can think about how that could play out. So actually, that bugs me a little bit. Let's do it like that. So you go up, you enter. Now you're in, and I would still say that there should be snap to grid. Let's do some stairs here. Yeah, it is a tinderbox full of parchment, so I'm pretty sure she would do something to protect that. To make sure that there's no open fire in here, of course. There is probably, she has some magical means, glyph of warding somehow, that makes sure that if a fire breaks out, it's being extinguished immediately. So we will see. But I think as someone who's a map maker, you would think of precaution here. Summon foam. Forecaster says. Okay, so this is going to be my stairs. Ta-tum. Hello, is it me you're looking for? Okie doke. So why can't I think let's save that for a second and reload. Because I wasn't able to select the room, and I think I might have overstressed my PC a little bit. And again, like, I think it has somewhere around 33 degrees Celsius in here. It's extremely hot. My fan is blowing. So it's quite stressful here on my PC. Okay, so now we have those stairs leading downward, and I don't like them. Let's address them later. No, I don't like them at all. But we will, I think the problem is that one. That's much better. And also let's do our little standard trick, which means that this one is going to be -10, so a little bit darker. And from the scaling here, 210%, so let's make it a little bit bigger. And this is going to be 220%. Yep, that's okay. That's too much. Yeah, that looks good. So, what do we have to create amazing map stuff? Let's go at 100% first of all, so we have all the space. The floor is way too... Oh, stop. That's not what I wanted to do. I think the floor texture is too big. And I'm not even sure if I like the floor texture. Let me see if there's something... Nope, that's not good. Old wooden parquet, no. That one is much better. Okay. For some reason, I imagined there being a red room, but this is not photography. But there might be something like a dry room, because you want to, if you have all the wet ink, you might want to hang those maps to let them dry. So we could do something like that. So, but I was first of all, I was thinking about just creating a little list of items, just like a sprite sheet, just collecting stuff that we can use, and getting a little inventory of what do we have in regards of. Let's see, what tables do we have? Nope, that's not going to table. What tables do we have? So we have a polished round table in Victorian. Oh right. Modern table. Square table. I think, wasn't with the pirates, wasn't there some cool tables? With this flip table and a covered table. Let's park that one. We might need covered tables. We don't need broken tables. You should read back a little further, Till. I'm not sure what you mean. Desk. Let's see, what desks do we have? Oh, you're talking about the light, the magical light that's being emitted. Yes, so again, she's not going to use open candles. She's going to use something probably magical that allows to emit light. I think that is quite a nice working desk for a cartographer. So we're going to use that one. Far East. It's a very Eastern writing desk. I'm not sure if we want to use that one for map making. I think we're going to decorate those tables quite heavily ourselves. What about you? Well, that's a nice one. Let's keep that one. We don't need computer desk, polish desk. There you go. I think that is a quite nice desk to use. Okay, so what are we going to use? I think we probably, well, let's park you for later. I think we might want to use you later. That one looks... Yeah, let's keep that one. We don't need that one, and I don't think we need that one. We're going to work with those. So let's see what we have in regards to maps. Map. Okay, so we have a map and a quill and a compass. That is quite cool. And this is just map decoration. So we're quite thin on maps, which doesn't scare me at all. So we have sketches of dragons, which we don't really need for that one, but that's fine. What about newspaper? Yep, we can definitely use that, although it comes from Cyberpunk. But thankfully, just make another map in DungeonFog, import it as a prop, and then do that a few times, and we have maps of dungeons. That's a nice idea, actually. But I'm going to cheat a little bit because there is an amazing Forgotten Adventures pack. And that is maps. There you go. That is a pack full of maps that Forgotten Adventure has in our marketplace. That is perfect. And we're going to, again, let me go down here. We're going to build something like a sprite sheet. So we have a blank map here. We have another blank map here and another blank map here. That's quite a lot of blank maps. So let's a burned one. Well, maybe a mine map. Maybe not torn maps. World map. And a smaller world map. Question is, do we have scrolls? There you go. This is exactly what I was looking for. And the same in that direction. Okay. So when you enter, and again, let's wait, let me get to 50% here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a few different tables. And let's keep you for later. And I think what you do is when you enter, you might have something like, Yeah, maybe from here. Or are two just enough? Maybe. So you have a few tables that are just displaying maps. And I'm wondering if we maybe we need undo. We need to get rid of those. So those are the displays. Then we have bookshelves. We're going to have a lot of bookshelves here. And back here, maybe next to a bookshelf, is going to be the writing desk. And we should not forget that there is also a door leading downstairs, and it sits quite terrible here. So let's say, yeah, let's go for that. So this is going to be the display area. And because we are upstairs now, because we just previously decided that we want to be upstairs, we can have more windows. So they're going to be a window here, and probably this one here, and here. And there can be windows in between. Okay. Whew. Okay. So what else do we need? Let's see, I said we need bookshelves. So let's go, they also fit quite nicely with our tables. Let's have some books that might be cluttered around. Maybe a carpet. And I would say that this is a nice carpet. Yep. Which means we need a chair. Oh, and I remember what I was looking for. So we need a chair. Come on. That's chair. What about you? Yep. And I wanted to have the book display. What was it? Book. I can't remember. Where was that? Was it? I think it was Victorian. So let's see. Reading stand. There you go. That's what I was looking for. So we're going to have a few of those reading stands. Maybe one here. That is a very precious. Oh, come on, stop that. Very precious map here. And then they are going to be like something like in a circle, probably. Let's say like this. And this. And this. Okay, so this one might be rather standing here. So this is, and now we're going into her. This is the display area. So there's everything is neat and clean and it's showing. So this part here, and I said I wanted to have that being separated by a bookshelf. So let's move it back a little bit and have a bookshelf here. Just found a good way to trick scrolls into being on shelves. A Dark Lord shelf, then a few sideways scrolls, and another Dark Lord shelf. Looks like a bookshelf filled with scrolls. Dark Lord shelf. Okay, let's see what you're talking about. Let's see what you're doing. That was guest artist, Dark Lord. So you mean this one? Then a few sideways scrolls, then another Dark Lord shelf. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, so something like this. And let's clutter it a little bit. Okay. And let's put that together. Because now I should be able okay, of course, and at last you are going to put this shelf on top, which means we could put a book here and another scroll. And now if we play this clever, so this is, go back. This is top shelf. Wait, what did I do? I don't know what the book was right and the other one I've dropped into the wrong. Oh, undo. I just wanted to move you here. Okay. So let's see. This is actually so what if I make a little bit bigger? Bring you up front. And now I should technically have this one. And I should be able to move back. Now the only thing is that I shouldn't have grouped them so quickly, but that's fine. We're going to clean them up. Let's make you a little bit smaller. Like you, a little bit smaller, rotate you in a different direction. Okay. So, to create a prop template, however, and we're going to do that, I need to ungroup them for a second. So this one should be now useless, delete. Next is you, so you're going to be, yes, that works perfect. Because we're going reverse direction, they are sorting themselves in exactly the way that we need them. Which means you can be deleted. And now the top shelf, up, 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 there you go. Delete. And let's create our shelf here and put you down here. Fill, 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 fill. Okay. So all in all, this should be create a prop template. This is a scroll shelf. Category is going to be, let's put it in furniture. Text, scrolls, create. Okay, so now we have a prop template. By the way, because you asked that, that is quite recent. I think it was somewhere between March and May when we released prop templates. And the cool part is now we can, where are we going to place that? Well, that's definitely something that's sitting here. Let's make it a little bit smaller. And let's say that there's one here. And if I go to props, I can find them now under my templates. And there is my scroll shelf. And now I can use that. To create some more here. And I think that is cool, but I would be sitting here and my carpet would be here. Okay. The top one is blocking the window. Yes, it is. But I think that window. I don't know what to do with it. Well, maybe I should just shift the windows, shouldn't I? Or we get rid of that window. There you go. Problem solved. Yes. So we can make something like this here. Then we can actually delete that one, and instead we're going to add You know what? We're going to add flowers. Because a dragon skull is actually something that I think Francis Summerpike, although she's not pretending to be adventurous, she just doesn't like adventuring because she's afraid of going out there. So she wouldn't pretend to go adventuring by displaying dragon skulls or bones or things like that that would say, oh, look, I'm a big adventurer. She just wouldn't do that. So she would probably just have some flowers. Okay. Let's put some maps on those tables. So let's put a map here. And let's put one of those maps here. There could be, this could be something like that. There are a lot of nodes here, which, by the way, we are going to use as her general mess, because she is, when she's starting to work, not above walls, which means I can put it down here, make it a little smaller. Oh. I just realized, and I'm not sure if we have something. She's a gnome. She might need a ladder to get to the upper bookshelves. Okay, so we were decorating with maps. So let's get, I think this is an amazing map to put on one of those displays here. But not the same map twice. That would be stupid. Okay. That actually, I need to that. I need you for later. So this is where she takes notes. This is, let's just go for this map up here. You mean that one? Just mirror it. The problem is it's very circular, so I feel like it would be better to do something like that. Okay. This is a very empty space. We need to do something about that. I don't know what yet, but we need to do something about it. However, we're going to make another bookshelf here. And here. That's nice. And what I wanted to say is she also needs to, that might be a bigger one. She needs to sketch her maps. So there's going to be a lot of clutter on this disk. This is where she's actually working, and we might indicate that she's actually working on a new map. Yep, there you go. And those are custom map assets. So the reason why you can't find them is because they're part of the marketplace. So if you go to our DungeonFog marketplace, I think all you need to do is go to the props, and you click on purchases. And you will see at the bottom, you will see the link to the DungeonFog marketplace. And there you go. It is part of the Dungeon Decor pack number 5 from Forgotten Adventures. This is where all the maps are. This is also where magic circles are that we might need later. We don't need candelabras, unfortunately, because we said there are not going to be light sources in here. I don't think that we need a blanket or a bedroll or a backpack. What about a wooden pillar? I actually like the idea because I was just saying that this is a very empty space and we could use let's desaturate it a little bit. And let's do one here. And let's do one. No, I'm good with 2. So the reason I kept those was because I was thinking that she might be let's get rid of you. Let's put you here. Let's put you here. So we have that map. And let's put you here. This is something that she's not ready to show yet. So she has covered it, which is a clever marketing stunt from her, because that makes people curious and come back later to see if she will reveal it later. All right, so we don't need that one. What else? How about those scrolls? Oh yeah, I know why I wanted to have them. They are the little, this is the cheap, I don't know how you call that, where you get the discount stuff. Where would I put that? I would put that here. And they are too big. I'll make them a little bit smaller. Okay, there you have scrolls. And I think so people can understand what this is, we're going to put one at the floor. Not above walls, which means I can move you now a little bit here. Okay. Oh god, it's hot in here. Okay. What else do we have that we could use to decorate the entrance? I think it's quite obvious that this is a map maker's place. I don't think that it could be any more unclear what is being sold here. I'm just a little bit worried that we need... Okay, so this actually looks weird. That looks better. We need more stuff to make the floor more interesting. So we are going to work with brushes now. And we're going to see how that works. Let's just test the brush. Let's see. Okay, first of all, that needs to be rotated by 90 degrees and probably scaled up to 200%. And now it would at least look like it's working, but it is a little bit more. It needs to be desaturated. Oh, that's too much. Probably just -5. It was looking quite okay. So what about opacity? Yes, now we're talking. Okay. So this can be here. And now let's go edit and add here in the corners. This is where she's walking a lot. So this is going to be more. How do we like it? I like it. But of course, we should send this to the back. Okie doke. So it's getting more interesting already. Let's do my beloved bloodstain trick. You're not above walls, you don't drop a shadow, and that's... Okay. I think you could be a 12. Yes. So that's nice because it's bleeding a little bit over the stairs. Okay. But for the rest, we need to send it to the bottom. Wait. There you go. Send them to the bottom, send them to the bottom. Okay. And let's do a last one here. Make you a little bit smaller. And you should be less visible. Okay. So there we have that. Yes, it's for those of you who've been watching my mapping it out streams a lot, they know that it's kind of a given for what I do in my maps is add those little stains. Because I think it's an amazing way to create some kind of weathering. And also it's a very cheap way to do it because you set it up, you duplicate it, rotate it a few times. Oh, great idea, Forecaster. Let's talk about ink being spilled. Maybe there's a dried puddle of ink, very small like this. Here. Hey, go back. Yeah, that's cool. Probably on the rug. Yeah, that's even better. Okay, but on the rug we need to make it more visible. Like here. Okay. Okay. Next up, I have 20 minutes left, then I will close today's stream because I'm melting away. And I want to, let's at least do some lighting here. So I want to create light sources, which means we want to indicate that there is magical light. So let's see if we have something like, maybe she's clever about that. Maybe she's bragging a little bit with it, which means that she's putting a magical brazier with glowing stones here and here. Thank you. No, you're a great audience because you're throwing ideas at me. And I'm just trying to keep up and make them work. So let's make those little crystalline braziers that emit light. So I need crystals, and I think we have some neat crystals. Let me just check. Chris. Holtz, how about cultivating glowing mushrooms from a forest she mapped? That's also a nice idea. I think that would be a personal light source. That's something that she uses back at her place, whereas here she's trying to show off. And sorry, I need to go to the purchases once more. I think Christmas assets. Oh, maybe I'm Chris. Crystal ball, cave asset, crystal, crystal, crystal. Yeah, if I'm spelling crystal wrong. Okay, so let's do that. Let's put a crystal here. Let's just see if we have any crystals. Yes, we have. Okay, but it's fine. I've just used this one, so I'm going to stick with that one. Okie doke. And now let's make those light sources. So first of all, let's just quickly, before I forget, mushroom. Because there is already a glowing mushroom, and she's going to use that. Well, let's place it here. We're going to put it in a bucket later. But that is range 3 squares, probably, but it's only 50. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to turn down the stage light. Is not really relevant for us today, but let's turn it down to 50. And let's turn down the room light to 50 so that we can get a first impression of what is it, how lit is it, generally speaking. So let's make this one a light source. And any preferences on colors? Blue? What's a nice, come on, who knows about marketing and color philosophies? What color would you put to make people buy your stuff? Green? No, I don't think so. Green is sickish. I think blue probably. Yellow, yes, I think so too. Oh, you're talking about complementary colors to yellow because of the yellow parchment. Let's see. Let's just see what we like best. I think because she's an artificer, she would probably go into a very light, almost pinkish purple to emphasize that those are magic. And it should emit light probably more than, let's say 3. Let's see if that works. Okay, next up. You're casting a shadow. That is fine, but you're not casting it that. Oh yes, you are, because you are on the floor. You're casting a shadow. You're going to cast a shadow, and you might, oh, you of course are going to cast a shadow. And you're going to cast a shadow. Did I accidentally make the map cast a shadow? That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted the desk to cast a shadow. So the map is not casting a shadow, but the desk is casting a shadow. That one's fine. Desk is casting a shadow. That's fine. Okay. So that one, we're going to group that. We're making this our crystal light, which is this brazier and this crystal. So we can get rid of you, and we can get rid of you. And now I can place you here as well. And maybe there's another one here. Do I want to have one in the entrance area? No, I don't think so. I think in the entrance area, she is going to have a crystal chandelier. Chandelier. Okay, they're all with candles. But that's fine. I think we can override it. So let's put a little chandelier here. And now let's just go for the crystal. And we actually, not all those crystals are going to emit light. This would be not cool. Oh no. Let's save and let's room. There you go. Let's reload once more. I think it just again gave up on me. Well, I was trying to make a shop alongside you. Mine ended up much smaller and packed. I love your chandelier idea. Thank you very much. I feel my shop is a little bit too big. Like going in and saying, well, she's a respected map maker, and I think a lot of people turn to her to buy maps, but she's a rich, wealthy map maker. This is a very wealthy shop, I believe, which is fine. I mean, it's definitely something that people or that players can explore and that they will have fun with exploring. So who am I to judge whether or not she needs a big or a small shop? I wanted to make the chandelier a little bit transparent so people get that it's above wall, like it's hanging in on the ceiling. So I'm turning down transparencies. Even more probably, I don't know. 30, let's try 30 for you as well. Yep, that's better. 30, 30, we already have that one. 30. 30. Okay, and now we're going to use you as a light source here, but you are going to be invisible. Oh, come on. Where did I put you? I wanted to put you in here. Now do it. Okay, and we're going to rename you to light source. Otherwise, I will never ever find that again. Okay, you don't want to be renamed. Interesting, that's fine. Let's just move you over here so that looks perfect. Okay, let's go up to this area here. This is the empty reading stand and it's going to cast a shadow, but this one probably not that much, not that long shadow. Empty reading stand, cast a shadow. Short one, yes. Empty reading, cast a shadow. Short one, yes. And the polished desk is casting a shadow too, as well as you. So I'm wondering if we give the chandelier, what happens if I do this? That actually looks good. But I think I need to go down with the, yeah, that's better. I like it because that also gives me the opportunity to let you cast a shadow. So we have a little bit of a shadow area here. And this is her private area. And here we have a different lighting, which is fine because here, let's say, I think it should be more in this. Okay. I think for today, it is, so this is shop level, let's name it. I think this is a quite a nice result for today. Because again, it's you might see that I'm soaked here. So I'm calling it for today. I will finish the map by tomorrow. And if you're on our Discord, if you're following us on Discord at dungeonfog.com/Discord or on our Twitter at DungeonFog or Instagram at DungeonFog, whatever, social media is always at DungeonFog or something similar, then you will get a notification because we're going to tweet out to the world tomorrow once the notes, so the, where was it? Here it was. So Francis Summerpike's backstory, plus her little character sheet, plus the map that I'm currently creating. All of that will be available as a PDF, as well as the map and so on and so forth, available tomorrow. Yes, I will find a cold beer. And I will have a nice evening. Hopefully, probably, I believe it's probably cooler outside now than inside here. So I might be sitting at our porch and just having a cold beer. And enjoying the evening that I had with you. So thank you very much. Thank you for all your great, amazing ideas and input. We will see each other on Tuesday, because next Tuesday is going to be the next community stream, and we will be talking about well, DungeonFog progress stuff and so on and so forth. And until then, I hope you're running a few games this weekend. I hope you will have a few maps to show to your players. So have a great day, have a great evening, have a great afternoon. And as always, thank you very much and happy map making. Bye.